Hey, what is up? What is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. I hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine Thursday evening. It is about 8:02 in the great state of Ohio here. You guessed it. You know it's always sunny here. Except they told me it was supposed to rain today. I didn't see any rain today. It's just a little chilly out there. Whatever. I didn't come to talk to you about the weather today. You know that. I came to talk to you guys about trolls and thought leaders today. Well, I'll tell you something. 3 or 4 years ago, I didn't know what a thought leader was. I knew what a leader was. And I always kind of strived to be a leader, a good leader, wherever I was. And I had no idea what a thought leader was. And I thought a troll was something that hung out under a bridge. But fast forward to 2019, the terms mean something now, and they mean something different. So I want to talk to you about what it means to be a thought leader. What is a thought leader? Why does it even matter? Paul Prisick in the house. What's up, man? Why does it even matter about being a thought leader? So what is it? Why does it matter? And who cares about trolls? What's the deal with the trolls? This all starts because recently I've kind of got back into YouTube, and I've kind of got back into video a little bit more. And I've noticed as I've got back into video, I've been publishing YouTube videos on 3 different YouTube channels, you guys. I've been publishing on the Zero Fast Returns channel, marketing information like this. I've been publishing on, I got a channel that's about health called Nutribullet Time, and I've been publishing on there about weight loss because I've been trying to do this, 1 meal a day diet, and been publishing on there, and I've been publishing on the Cam Fats channel, which is all about like conspiracy theories and just whatever. It's kind of a random channel. But I have been publishing on those channels, and like, guys, me personally, I publish in a certain kind of way. Every time I publish, I do it with a very concise point, a very strong point that I'm trying to make. I publish in a special way. No matter what channel I'm publishing on, I have a certain messaging to the content that I'm putting out. It just so happens, as I began to publish on all 3 of these YouTube channels recently, I started getting trolls on all 3 of these YouTube channels. I started getting trolls in all places. I got someone was telling me I was doing the diet I was trying to do wrong. I was messing it all up. Everyone's got an opinion. I did a video today on my Cam Fats channel saying, people who believe in this flat earth thing are fools. I mean, they're absolute fools. And I gave all this proof and documentation, to back up my points of view. And, people were mad and they were calling me stupid and stuff. Which is fine. It's just fine, And then it's funny, like on this, in this realm right here of internet marketing, I've been putting out a lot of videos. I've been putting out videos every day. And I saw in another group that I'm a part of, another Facebook group that I'm a part of, one of the admins of that group, a good friend of mine, actually, Stuart Walker, he said, well, who's the marketers that you guys are really annoyed with right now? You know what I mean? Who's the ones you're really annoyed with right now? And I was really surprised to see my name pop up there, to be honest with you. And my name popped up there alongside who was it? Tai Lopez, and alongside Alex Becker. And I was really surprised. I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. I'm annoying you on the level of these cats. I'm not even spending any money on paid ads. So on a topical level, you might look at something like that and think, wow, that's kind of crazy. I thought I was putting out good content. How am I annoying people? But then if you look a little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper, you'll say, well, look, that's top of mind awareness right there. Here's somebody in this group with like 15,000 people in this group asking, hey, who are the annoying marketers that come to your mind? And this person lumps me in this category with these 2 really successful marketers who spend thousands of dollars in paid advertising to have their face in your mind, to have their face and their messaging bouncing around inside your head, and this person happens to lump me in that category with them, and I'm not even doing any paid advertising. So that's pretty great. It's really a testament to, you know, what I do. And like literally, I know how to stay top of mind. Okay. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that today, about what it takes to stay top of mind, and what it takes to be a thought leader. Okay. So what do I mean when I say thought leader? Because you can't let trolls get you down. And I really don't think that person was a troll at all. She was just speaking her mind. And that I was totally hyped about it, honestly. I thought that was really cool to be top of mind like that. Even though it wasn't necessarily the most positive thing, it was still pretty cool that people have you top of mind like that, because that means your brand has that top of mind awareness. You can always, you know, change your messaging a little bit, as long as you can find out what is the common consensus about how people feel about your content. You can always kind of like, you know, pivot a little bit with your messaging. But to have that top of mind awareness is very, very powerful. And with that particular case, that person came back and said, well, you know, it's just too much motivational stuff and not enough, you know, technical details, not enough really just, you know, actionable content, you know, just too much motivational stuff that doesn't help me. And that's fine. That's cool. I happen to know, though, from just testing, that all that actionable content, it's a little too much on social media. It's a little too much every single day on social media. You know, a social media platform, people didn't sign up for all that technical stuff. They didn't sign up for all that actionable content. They're just kind of like spending a few minutes on Facebook checking in. So all that crazy actionable content every single day, first of all, it's going to be hard on you to produce that kind of content, and it's going to be hard on them to deal with it every day. Even though they think that's what they want, it's not always the best thing every single day. You're going to overexpose your content. You're going to overexpose everything. So that's a whole nother topic for another day. But anyways, yeah. So what I guess what I'm saying is, don't worry about the trolls. Don't worry about the negative comments. Pull what you can from the negative comments and move on with your business. Try to use them to shape your business. But it's not easy. You know, it's not easy to pull what you can that's valuable from the negative. It's hard to do. I'm not saying it's easy. You got to pull what you can from it and move on. It's something. It's an art form. It takes time. Some people are better at it than others. Some people let, you know, negative comments roll off their back, you know, really easily, and some people kind of take it to heart and it kind of bugs them. I'm the kind of person, like, it used to bug me, and now it just kind of rolls off my back. I kind of take what I can from it and move on. Anyways, so that's cool. So what do I mean when I say thought leader? What does that mean? Because guys, I'll be honest, I didn't even know what that was 3 or 4 years ago. I've always strived to be a good leader and to try to do the right thing. And sometimes that means being a good follower. Sometimes that means being humble and being a good follower. But I've always strived to try to be a good leader. Even when I was in the military, you know, I was a corpsman, and it was my job to lead certain groups of people then too. And I always tried to do a good job. But a thought leader is not the same as just a leader. I mean, it's kind of like a subcategory of leader. And a thought leader is one whose views, let me give you this definition right here from the internet. A thought leader is one whose views on a subject are taken to be authoritative and influential. Right? Thought leaders are the informed opinion leaders and the go-to people in their field of expertise, right? They are trusted sources who move and inspire people with innovative ideas, turn ideas into reality, and know and show how to replicate their success. That is a thought leader. And that's something that's kind of like really been a big deal since the internet, right? Since we started all this social media and internet stuff and stuff like that. So why should you care about being a thought leader? Why should you care about audience building and getting people to follow you and care what you have to say? Why should you care about it? It's really simple. I'll just break it down like this. It seems to me, it's been my experience that the more people who care what you have to say, the bigger your following, the more money you make. It's very simple. Like, the more people out there who you are influential with, It seems like the easier things get online to make money. That's just the bottom line. So if you can accept what I'm saying as fact, then your next question might be, okay, well, brilliant. Like, how can I become a thought leader? How can I do that? How can I get people mentioning my name in random Facebook groups and saying, you know, they hate me and putting me in the same class with millionaires? How do I do that? Well, I'll tell you how I do it. And it's a simple 3-step process, right? The first thing I need is I need top of mind awareness. Top of mind awareness, okay, in the marketplace. And the easiest way to get top of mind awareness is by publishing consistently, okay? You have to publish consistently. You have to inject value into the marketplace consistently, right? And like I said this in another video, and maybe we'll do another video about it, but value can be different things. Sometimes the simple little quick tip every day is more valuable than a giant hour-and-a-half long course that you just slam on Facebook for free, right? When it comes to giving people value every day, it's important to remember it's a marathon, not a sprint race, okay? It's a marathon, not a sprint race. So, but that top of mind awareness comes from, you know, injecting value into the marketplace consistently over and over again. You know, very, very consistent. You're reliable. You're stable. You're always there, right? Let me tell you guys something. A lot can be forgiven just by showing up every day. You know, like if you were a boss right now and you had 2 employees and one of them showed up every day and did an okay job, right? He did an okay job. He did his job. He wasn't the best, but he wasn't the worst. And he showed up every day on time, ready to work. And then you had another guy who was amazing at his job, absolutely superstar, but he was always coming in late and he was always calling in sick and he wasn't showing up consistently. Like, who would you rather deal with as a boss? Who would you rather promote? Like me, I'd rather deal with the consistent guy. And in most of us, on a subconscious level, we'd rather deal with the people who are always there, right? So, yeah, top of mind awareness means showing up consistently, publishing consistently, injecting value into the market consistently. That will gain you top of mind awareness. The second thing that I always do when it comes to being a thought leader is I always have a take or an opinion, right? I don't just come to the party with a bunch of random facts, you know? You can't just come to the party and like puke a bunch of information on people. That's not what it's about, man. People don't follow didactic information. People follow opinions. So you see what I'm saying? So when you come to the party, you have to have a take. You have to have an opinion, right? You have to have a point of view. So whenever I show up, I always have a take or an opinion. I always have a point of view on something. Now, what that means is that's going to make you a little bit polarizing, right? That is going to make you a little bit polarizing because not everyone who watches your videos or who reads your content is going to agree with your point of view, right? And that's going to start producing trolls. That's going to start producing people who disagree with you and don't want to deal with your stuff. And that's okay. That's okay. It happens. No big deal. Not everyone's going to agree with you. You don't want everyone to agree with you. If everyone agreed with you, guess what that'd make you? That'd make you bored, make you not polarizing. That'd make you the opposite of someone who pulls people around them, right? So to be polarizing, you have to have an opinion. And as soon as you start having an opinion, not everyone's going to agree with you. Bottom line, okay? So what's the third thing? And this is the hard thing, and this is not necessarily something I can teach. It's just something you have to practice. But the third thing is you need to be authoritative, you know? When you're on Facebook, you know, you shouldn't be on Facebook whining about politics. You shouldn't be on Facebook, you know, whining about not being able to do this and not being able to do that and, you know, complaining about everything else and blah, 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 blah. You should be acting authoritative on Facebook. If this is the place you come and you know the only people that are hanging out here are your customers and your peers and your potential customers, that's the only people running around here. Like, there's no reason for you to cry about, like, your wife leaving you or, you know, your dog dying or something. I mean, it's, you know, whatever you're doing, You need to try to be authoritative on this platform. When you put content out there on YouTube, on Facebook, in the social media places where you're trying to do business, you need to try to be authoritative, okay? So what does it mean to be authoritative? It means be Jack Burton, you know? Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. You guys know who that is, right? If you don't know who that is, go watch the movie, all right? You need to be a little bit more Jack Burton and a little bit less quaking in your boots. You know what I mean? Let me give you five little tips. 5 little tips for being more authoritative, all right? Here's the things, okay? 5 of them. Clarity. When you're putting content out there, you need to move with clarity, okay? And honestly, in your mind, you need to try to strive for clarity. You need to have a vision for where you're going, okay? Point blank. You need a vision of where you're going, and you got to try not to, it's okay to pivot a little bit and adjust, but you need to try to respect that vision. And when you're putting content out there, you need to be clear. You need to have clarity with what you're trying to say and your overall messaging, right? You need to be decisive in your content, right? And this comes back to having an opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with you. That's okay. But you need to be decisive, right? You need to be decisive in your decision making. You need to not be hesitant. You need to be decisive. When the messaging that you're putting out there, it needs to be a little on the decisive side, okay? 3, you need to have courage. You need to move with courage. You can't be afraid to take a risk. You can't be afraid to take a jump, right? You can't be don't be one of these fools running around here complaining about PayPal, whining that PayPal did this and PayPal did that and blah-de-da-de-da-de-da-de-da. Nothing against any of those people, but don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, it's okay to do it once or twice, but don't run around here saying you're afraid to launch a course because of PayPal. Don't run around here for like 8 weeks asking people questions about PayPal. You're not helping yourself at all when you do that. It's not authoritative. You're not acting authoritative. You're not acting leaderish. You're coming across like someone at the bottom, a scared newbie who doesn't know what to do, right? That's not the way you want to come across in this market when you're trying to be a thought leader. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'd say about that. The 4th one is passion, right? You need to have passion. You're not going to be able to move anybody. You're not going to be able to inspire anybody if you don't have a little bit of passion for what you're talking about. You need to have a little passion for what you're talking about, right? You need to move with a little passion. That's why I walked away from this whole thing with video for like a couple months, man, because I was burnt out and I wasn't feeling the passion. I needed to take a break, right? But you need to move with passion when you're putting video content out there or written content or audio content. It needs to inspire people. That needs to happen, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about them, right? At the end of the day, that's the magic of marketing. That's the magic of marketing, right? That's the thing that makes it a crazy thing to behold, right? Is it's not really about you. I could talk about myself all day, but at the end of the day, it's not about me at all. It's always been about you this whole time. That is the magic of this thing we call marketing. And then the 5th one, is tricky, right? The 5th one is tricky because it's a balancing act. But the 5th one is humility. The 5th one is humility. You got to have the right little sprinkle of humility in there, It's tricky because you got to have an ego. You got to be a little bit arrogant. You got to believe in yourself to get to the next level, to move up. And to have other people believe in you, you need to be clear. You need to be decisive. You need to be courageous. You need to have passion. But then somewhere in there, you need to be able to admit when you messed up and be a little bit humble. Have a little bit of humility. And sometimes all that courage and clarity and decisiveness and passion, it's hard to find a little humility in there, but you got to do it. So I would say that those are the 5 ingredients of a great leader. And if you want to be a good thought leader, 3 things that you need, right? You need that top of mind awareness. You need to have an opinion or a take with every single message you're putting out. And you need to be conscious of how authoritative you're being, especially on Facebook is where I see a lot of people messing up. People come across in weird ways on Facebook. And I'm not going to say that I've never came across in a weird way on Facebook. I put things on Facebook I shouldn't have put on Facebook. It was a mistake. So when I say be authoritative, I say that I've learned that the hard way. Sometimes you just need to always be careful what you're putting on Facebook. It needs to be compliant with the messaging for your business, right? That's what I'd say about that. But anyways, guys, that's what it takes to be a thought leader. Like if you want, if you want people trolling you and comparing you to other shady slime bags that they don't like, who make millions of dollars online, I would say that's how you could accomplish that. Those three things: top of mind awareness, always have an opinion or a take, and maintain authoritative messaging, right? Maintain authoritative messaging. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful today. I hope you got some value out of it. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another one. Peace, everybody.